Really exciting day here at the school. Well, actually at the storage unit, because we're moving out our stuff. Where are we, Arlo?
Where's this at?
Yeah, we're in Pap's workshop. You want to open this package?
But what is it? In it. But what's in it?
It's a reverse osmosis water filter for the schoolhouse.
Dad say it.
Yeah, it does say it. Here, you tear this. We go make some tasty water at the schoolhouse?
Huh?
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't have water.
The schoolhouse? It has water. So thanks to Waterdrop for sponsoring this video. And let's go install it.
Okay.
Yeah? High five. Yeah. So my sister just pointed out that Arlo, for that whole previous video, has had his legs in.
See it.
I know, I'll show you. Arlo's had his legs in. Stop moving around. Arlo has both of his legs in one pant leg, so.
But I have to see it.
Okay. Arlo, did you put your pants on yourself?
No.
No? Well, folks, after 3 years of construction and planning and cleanup and so much work, we moved in. And we have a porch. So this has been a big update since my last video, but shout out to Gaby and his crew and Don and Jerry and everybody who has made this possible. It's really nice to have a proper front entrance to get into the school. And as you can see, we still have a lot of more work to do on this front entrance. So as you saw in the beginning of this video, we moved everything in ourselves. And after many apartment moves in New York City and a moving company who made us absolutely miserable last summer, it feels pretty dang good to not be thinking about a move ever again on the horizon. It has been seriously bizarre to be finally living here. The kids have been running around like maniacs because they think they have all these new toys. They've just been in storage for a year. And the sunrises and the sunsets in this school with the sweeping views of Indiana cornfields, it is so special. We still have so much work to do, and unpacking is going very slowly because we keep having to build shelves and hang towel racks and do all the things that are normally just there and you don't think about it when moving in. But as we're getting unpacked, I'm getting back into the groove of making videos again. And for this video, I wanted to share some of the details and things that we're most excited about moving into this old schoolhouse. And don't get me wrong, I am so delighted by the simple things like furnaces and doorknobs and doors and washing machines and faucets, but you don't want to hear about all that. So today, here are 7 of the gadgets and precious things that we're most excited about moving into our schoolhouse. And make sure you stick around to the end of this video because there have been some big updates on the roof of the party deck / garage that we've been building. For number 7, I want to introduce the sponsor of this video, Waterdrop filters. And when they reached out a few months ago, I was really excited because one of our favorite things to do is do little upgrades in the kitchen. And this one's really special for many reasons, but I love that it is so fast. I figure the cost of this filter might just be justified from the amount of time I've spent slowly filling up pitchers of water at the fridge. So Waterdrop makes reverse osmosis water filters that just sit underneath the counter like this. They look kind of nice instead of a cluttered disaster. And also, most RO filters take everything out of the water, but Waterdrop filters remineralize the water, which makes it better for you, and it also makes the water taste so much better. Better water makes better coffee, and my favorite thing, better at-home seltzer. And keep watching because we're about to get really nerdy and hack our soda stream to have an endless supply of excellent bubbly water in the schoolhouse. But of course, water filters aren't just about taste and looking nice under your counter. They do also filter out contaminants that might be in your tap water. Waterdrop's filter is an 11-stage filter, and it can filter out 99.99% of harmful substances in the water. I've linked to a tool in my description where you can just put in your zip code and check out the reports on your water to see how it stacks up against other areas in the country. So we've got the Waterdrop water filter, and we're trying to install it ourselves. So we'll see if we can do this. So these are all the filters for reverse osmosis. And they don't have to be replaced that often. Waterdrop's waste-water ratio is far better than traditional RO filters. While traditional filters waste 3 gallons for every 1 gallon of clean water, Waterdrop reverses that, saving you money on your water bill. Doesn't seem too difficult. Though, I haven't done that much. What?
What? Hold on. Whoa! Alright, good. That's good.
On the faucet, you can adjust the water volume on demand. You can also look at the dissolved solids reading, and then you can monitor the filter lifespan as well. This filter can generate 1,600 gallons of clean water per day, which is super helpful for a big family like ours. All right, tasting regular tap water versus the Waterdrop. Yeah, this tastes more like a water bottle, and the tap water, there's like more of a hardness to it. I'm excited to carbonate this one and see if it tastes like Topo Chico. So a few years ago, we got really into this book, Liquid Intelligence by Dave Arnold, that takes cocktail making to the next level. Not that we weren't already there, but one of the things he talks about in this book is taking a regular soda stream and connecting it to a larger CO2 tank so that you don't have to refill it as often. And we did that, and now finally we're going to install it in the schoolhouse and carbonate some of the Waterdrop water. So we're here in the basement, and Sean had the idea to drill a hole through the floor into the cabinet so that we can store the CO2 tank downstairs and make it easier to refill. So that's what we're doing. There she is. If you are thinking that we are crazy, you would be correct. Okay, we're gonna try this. The key is you have to use cold water because it makes better carbonation. So let's try it. There we go. Okay.
Just do it 20 seconds.
Also, just a tip, if you add some bitters to your homemade carbonated Topo Chico, you can have LaCroix instead. I will never get over how fast this fills up a pitcher. So much faster than the fridge. So, shop now at my links below and bring home better water to your family this fall. Cheers. Okay, so next on the tour of things that we're most excited about, I need to take you back in time a couple weeks and go to Madison Street Salvage, where we just got the most important and arguably impressive piece of furniture in the entire schoolhouse. I talked about Madison Street Salvage in a previous video when we were picking out our schoolhouse light for our entry, but I can't say enough nice things about this place. Madison Street takes donations and saves old pieces of architectural salvage and then sells it in their shop. All of the proceeds go back to restoring old houses and buildings in town. If you are looking to have a lovely afternoon of cafes and boutiques and antique shops in an adorable small town south of Indianapolis, you have to make Madison Street a destination. A few weeks ago, they got a huge lot of furniture from the library in Illinois. I had previously told Christine, the incredible director of Madison Street Salvage, that we were looking for a very large, solid table to use as a dining table. And she called me back with this. Special Thank you. Holy. It doesn't even need to be refinished.
No, it's in really good condition.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on. We'll pop down.
Sorry. So the table was way too big for Martha, our little 1997 Chevy Cheyenne, but luckily Madison Street delivers locally. But before I check out to leave, I got a quick tour of the rest of the shop from Greg. If you're looking for some unique pieces with a story, you have to come into Madison Street and talk to the Gregs and Christine. Right now, they have some gigantic doors and trim from an old bank in Greencastle, Indiana that was robbed by John Dillinger. I just love this shop. the dollars?
Yeah, it'll wave.
Anyway, later that day, Greg and Andrew came by the school and delivered our table. So there are not enough words in English to share how delighted we are with this table. Last weekend, we threw our first big dinner party on it for some family and friends, and it's enormous, and it's beautiful, and it's perfect, and it has a story. I just think about all the people who used this table in the library when it was in the library doing work or looking at books, and I love that it has a story, and I think it's a really special, beautiful piece. And like, you can't get quarter sawn solid oak tables anymore. And so I'm just really thankful to Christine and everyone from Madison Street Salvage for thinking of us. And then you'll also see that I've unpacked more of the school chairs that we got from Lennart's shop on Etsy. I'll link to it in the description. They came from the elementary school that she went to, like I said in a previous video, and they work really well with the table. And yeah, it's all coming together here in the schoolhouse kitchen. Okay, so now I want to give a little walking tour of the schoolhouse to finish out explaining some of the things that we're most excited about. And bear with me, we are still very much unpacking, and a little embarrassing to be giving a tour when our stuff is all over the place. But the next thing that we are most excited about is in this fridge. So this is the LG InstaView with craft ice. And I did a ton of stuff about them back in the day when I still had a cocktail Instagram. But this refrigerator, it makes the big ice rounds for cocktails. And I've been to the trade show with LG and did some events with them. And so finally, when it was time to buy a refrigerator, there was no question. We were gonna buy the one that makes the craft ice rounds. And so far, really liking this fridge. And as you can see, we have all of our cookbooks. Cooking is a big thing with us, but so are cocktails. These are all cocktail books over here. So it's also really nice to have all of the cocktail books finally in one place instead of squirreled away in different areas of our New York apartment. So still have a lot to finish in here. Obviously, our windows are not trimmed out. We're still having some issues, and we'll talk about that later whenever it gets resolved. But we got to put up our hood and finish trimming out the counters, but slowly coming along. So next we'll go into the living room. And right now the living room is still pretty chaotic because we've got trim over here that we're finishing. And the kids kind of have their play zone behind the couch. The couch is my parents' hand-me-down couch. This is Pimp. I'll talk about her more in a second. But the other thing we're really excited about, eventually we're going to do like a built-in cabinet here that will build like to fit this space. But the thing that we're really excited about, and this is more of a Sean thing, this is a sound system from Home Theater Direct. And we actually hardwired all of the speakers throughout the house. And it is definitely one of the things that Sean is most excited about. Sean is very into music. This is all of his vinyl over here. And the reason we did the hardwiring was because we were looking at Sonos and speakers like that, but we didn't want to be in a situation where we'd have to like redo the speakers eventually. So the folks at Home Theater Direct, they are really great, and they will talk you through the installation. They will talk you through what you need to purchase. They even like told us like, hey, you don't need this intense of a sound system. You can get the cheaper option. So really awesome company. And we'll walk through here. In each of the rooms, there are different zones that you can control via a little panel. So it's all, they have an app, but it's also, you can control everything with a dumb system, which, you know, we've been in a lot of smart appliances and things where it's really frustrating when it doesn't work. So yeah, really excited about that. And you can see some of the speakers over here. This is the pantry that we built out. More on that in a little bit. Here's one of the first pictures of the actual kids from Union Joint that I framed. Got this frame from Goodwill, and we have some of the vintage school posters hanging in this area, and then have an old aerial photo from the previous owner. Really thankful that she gave that to us. It's now in the center of the house. And then we have some of the plaster bits, the original plaster bits with the colors to show off how we've matched all of the paint colors to the colors that were originally in the school. And again, if you haven't watched my previous video, all of our paint colors are from this amazing company, Up Paint. They upcycle and recycle paint, and I'll link to them in my description where you can shop the Schoolhouse collection of paint. Got our neon sign over here. This room is still very messy, but yeah, another one of the paints over here. So, okay, the next thing that we're really excited about, you gotta come through to the bathroom. And this is just like one of those little upgrades that anybody can put in their house or shower, but it is over here. So we've done 3 of them so far, and the light doesn't work right now in the shower, so I've got our temporary light. But these little brass fixtures come from Plank Hardware. And I was really nervous about installing these because, you know, drilling into tile, it's kind of scary, but it actually was not that difficult. And now we have uniform shampoo and face wash, and it just kind of looks like a hotel, a nice little upgrade that anyone can do in their house. You can see our shower. We're still missing a piece of that, but yeah, Plank Hardware. I will link to that in the description as well. So now I'm going to go outside for the next thing that we're most excited about. You can see it through here. You got the guys from Arrow Earth are currently working down on the garage, but there have been big updates on our garage roof deck. So let me take you out there. Okay, so I thought it might be actually better to start the garage tour from the outside. Over here, you can see this little deck that Pat and Mike Dowty did, but we still don't have railings on the garage, but we're working on those. But there are a few entrances into the garage. Adam and his crew at Arrow Earth, they built this little section here, and yeah, so eventually I think we'll want to have like a patio area to hang out and have parties down here when it's too sunny to be up on the roof deck. But let me take you up to the roof deck from the back. So I'll show some of the plans that we had and how it compares to what this looks like. But here's our roof deck. And it's just really nice to be up here, and you know, we're not up here yet with the kids because we don't have any railings, but you know, even though the school's pretty close to the road, it's nice to have a larger backyard. And we'll get to look at the Indiana sunsets that way through this beautiful view. So it definitely was a little crazy to come up with this plan, but really excited with how it's turned out, even though it was pretty stressful to put it all together. And then over here, we had to do this little skylight thing because the door, to make the door work so that we could walk in from the garage, we had to elevate it up a little bit. So what we're gonna do is put some like river rock in here. There will be a drain here as well. Sorry for the plane noise. There will be a drain in here as well. And just put some like potted plants and herbs, and have some winter herb garden over there. But I'll go down into the garage as well and show you what that looks like. And here's what it looks like in the garage. We got Martha, trusty old Martha over there. And yeah, still a lot of work to do in here, but definitely want to do a full video of all of the construction of what it's been for about a year. So I'll be working on that. And last but not least, the thing that is most exciting in the schoolhouse is little Pimp Up. Pimp Up, come here. Come here. Yeah, this is our 10-year-old little terrier mutt that we adopted in New York, and she's been with us a long time. But it's just, a home isn't a home without a dog, and just really excited to have this girl finally living with us. And yeah, you don't work at BarkBox for 10 years and not get very culty about dogs as family. So let's see if she'll still do this. Hey, Pim, break dance. Break dance. Yeah. Pim's got a lot of tricks. So even though she's getting Getting old. She's still a talented little girl. Two of the pieces of pottery that we've got here. I've made a vase of Pimp, and I also made this little schoolhouse that I kind of light up like a little Christmas house. So, a lot of updates, a lot more work to do, but it's starting to feel like home. Thanks as always for following along on this journey of turning an old school into our house. Next up, I want to share the full process of saving and then refinishing all of our hardwood floors because Micah and Dave did an incredible job. Until then, we'll keep unpacking and hanging up art and pictures and getting some Pimp Pup snuggles in. Until next time.